G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe on the way in. Make sure you like and share my videos, it means a lot to me. Drop a comment too. Now today, I am going to be replacing the shock absorbers on the rear of my 80 series Land Cruiser. I have chosen to go with Tough Dog. There's numerous other shocks out there on the market. Tough Dog is what I've had in my car, and I've been pretty happy with them. I've got one starting to leak some oil and it's a bit so-so, so it's going to be coming out. Now you should, when you do these, replace them in a pair. As you can see, I only have one, and that's because the courier company stuffed up. The other one is somewhere in New South Wales. I'm not sure where, they delivered it to the wrong place. And hoping to get that later on this afternoon so I can put it in as the pair, but I need to get this one in because this is the one that is leaking. Now before we get into it, if you like the t-shirt that I'm wearing, there should be a link down below. Jump on, grab a great t-shirt designed by me, Black Llama merchandise. Yeah, anyway, let's get into it. I could take the wheel off and jack the car up, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it this sort of semi-cheats way. It's a bit easier, a little bit more fiddly, but it's probably a bit quicker because you don't have to take the wheel off. You can change the shocks with the car sitting on the ground. Got it chocked at the front. I'll open this one up so you can have a look. Let's see what's here. We've got the shocky. There's a bit of a munched piece of paper down the bottom there. If I can get it, I'll just split that box. Oh, look at that. That's a Tough Dog sticker. There we go, Tough Dog sticker. May put that on the car, we'll see. Oh, there's something else in there. Ah, the warranty card goes in your glove box. It's got the date fitted and everything, and where you fitted it and everything for your warranties. So make sure you fill that out. You measure to the top of the wheel arch here. For your measurements, you put your rim size before fitment, and the same at the back. I haven't really had a trouble with Tough Dog before, so I'm not going to take you through all the measurements today. You can do that, but as I said, measure from here, write it all down, list your accessories fitted at the bottom, so if you've got rear bar, etc., water, all that, what's on it, so that they know for your warranty. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so we're down here under the car. You can see here, it's smudging, that's where it's leaking the oil. That's how I know that this shock is done and stuffed. It's wet down here underneath. It's actually dripping there. You can see the oil there on my finger. So it's had its life, it's done. It's been on the car for, I don't know, quite a number of years now. Copped quite a bit of abuse. So at the bottom here, I'm going to undo this nut, this bolt. I got myself backwards with the camera in the way, just making sure. Now it should actually be, oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm all twisted up with the camera. There we go. It should be fairly firm. Now you'll notice that it's got a big flat washer. Mine's a bit munted. And another one. I don't believe the new shock comes with the cap for the rubber, so make sure you set them aside somewhere. You may want to give them a bit of a clean up. Now once we've got that off, I'm going to leave that sitting on for now. I will take it off in a minute, but not quite yet. Okay, so now we've got a nut there and a nut on the back side, and this is where sometimes it's easier if you've got the wheel off, because you can access in through the back here to get these nuts. Now I've just realised it's going to be quite awkward with the camera there, so we'll see how I go. So I've got a big extension to do this, and sorry if the camera bumps because I'm working right next to it. As I said, my apologies for bumping the camera. I don't have much room here. It's a lot easier without the camera. Okay, now the reason I left the bottom one on was so that I could get this one easily, because this shock will swing over. So what I'm going to do now is jump down to the bottom. Now I'm just going to use a screwdriver here. It may be a little tight. That one came off pretty easy actually. I'll just leave it in behind the rubber, which is actually blocked a bit there, but I can show you that in a second. And that shock, so watch your fingers, will just slide off. Okay, now you can shorten it by just pushing it up like that. Just gives you a bit more room to maneuver things around. It still does have a bit of force in it, which I wasn't expecting. So the rubber there, I just leave it between that and the mount and it came off. Okay, so that moves around a little bit now. What we do is we go back up for the nut on the other side. Okay, up the back here, and again this is where it could be easier. Whew, that's tight. Okay, and this one I'm not actually sure it's going to work, but I'll give it a shot. I've got my bendy rattle ratchet. Nope. Okay, here we go. Okay, so up the back here, a little bit awkward. This is where it's easier having the tyre off. Oh, that one's nice and tight. Now this one actually has a half cut out of the circle that you should be able to slide the bolt off. On the mount, depending on how tall the top of the shocky is. This shocky, I think, is too tall to be able to do it. So I'm going to hang that there. I'm going to attempt to get my hand all the way up there now. There we go, a bolt. Now that will come down and out, and then it's just a bit of manoeuvring action around to get it out. And I've knocked that camera again. Sorry, I apologise. Okay, so we've got the shock out. That's the little slot that I was talking about, but being that these are probably slightly longer, it doesn't slide off properly. So what we've got to do is we've got to take the mount off this and put it onto this one. I've got my doggy here. She's looking after my 10mm socket. Always goes missing for some reason. May need to just run that over to the vise and crack it. I decided even better than the vise, Ryobi rattle gun. Look at that, simple. Old one, dead one, gone. Now you'll see that I'm sitting these in order. Now it doesn't actually matter which way around that goes, because you can actually turn that to line it up, which makes things a lot easier. Now you'll notice it's slightly bent, so that goes down. We don't want it sitting up that way and catching all mud and dirt on it. There we go, ready to go in. So what I just realised, and did anybody pick it up, is I put this bracket on upside down. I'm glad I picked that up before I went to put it in. Make sure it goes up that way. The flat side of the bracket goes onto the car. I just picked it up and put it on that way. Very easy to do. So make sure you get that right. We'll do it again. Top down. There we go. So it'll sit in the car like that. If you want to line up your branding, now's the time to adjust that. I might actually do that. It's going to sit that way, goes in. My branding is now out. There we go. We don't want that coming off. I'm going to go a bit more. There we go. Let's go in and put it under the car now. Okay, so I've left the shock fully compressed. We're going to lever it around to the right place. As you can see, I've got my branding to the outside there, and I'm going to get this bolt here started. I probably could have turned it around a bit more. Again, this is where it's a little bit easier using having your tyre off, getting this bolt back in up here, but as I said, can be done from the ground. Nice and tight. We come back down the bottom. This is where we have a little bit of fun, because the new shock is a lot firmer, but you can pull it down, sometimes with the aid of a screwdriver or something, to give you a bit of grip. Now, I'm going to give that a bit of a clean. I'll just grab a rag. It's got all the oil and yuck and everything on it from the old one. Give that bolt a bit of a clean too while I'm doing it. So, I'll just check. Okay, it's a bit hard to see there. So I've just given this one a clean. We pull that shock down. It has a lot more force than the other one, and it just slides on like that. Now we put the little protector ring back on and the bolt back on. And I probably should look at getting new ones, because these are getting a bit munted. Just make sure that that little ring lines up and you're not doing the bolt up on the end of the shock spacer. It actually wants to sit there and sort of semi-spin. and then we do it up nice and tight. That's done. I'm just going to re-tension up the top ones, make sure they're nice and firm. So there you have it. Not super hard. It only took me probably about it was about an hour with making the video. So you should be able to do it quicker. Did it on the ground. Didn't have to lift it, jack it, anything. Just make sure those bolts are tight because you don't want this falling apart. But that's how to replace a rear shock absorber on an 80 series Land Cruiser. And this one, you can see I can pull that out a lot easier than the new one. So yeah, this one is stuffed. Well guys, if you've liked my videos, check out some of my other videos on YouTube. A lot of 80 series Land Cruiser stuff and some other stuff. Make sure you get out there and have fun four-wheel driving. I'll see you around on the tracks. Make sure you hit that like, share and subscribe. See you around guys, get out there.